everybody, my name is Cole Space, and you have just entered Cole Space. Oh! And this is a tier list for SpongeBob's main characters. Here we go. And these are the main characters of SpongeBob. We are going to rank them. And we are having our ranking system here. I have a ranking system for S to F tier, S being the best, F being the worst. Now, this is my personal opinion, so if y'all have a personal opinion, go ahead and say it in the comments below what you think of my tier list or what you would rank everybody as. And please like the video if you do enjoy these tier lists. I do like doing tier lists quite a bit. I've always been a fan of making lists and stuff like that. So, here we go. The categories are as follows. S is it's the best day ever. Best day ever. So that's S category. Best category of them all. A is firmly grasp it. I think that's how Patrick says it. Firmly grasp it. You know, where he pushes the thing into Squidward's hand. I believe that's what it's from. That's A tier. B is the classic, I'm ready. That's B tier. C is the iconic chocolate. That's C tier. Next is tartar sauce. I think I spit everywhere on that one. Tartar sauce, where Patrick says tartar sauce. That's D tier. F is the classic SpongeBob episode where he is driving the Flying Dutchman with Patrick, and the ship is scraping alongside the rocks, and he's saying, "You're good. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff those right out." So these are all references to the SpongeBob show, actually. But we are going to get started on ranking only the main characters, not that many. So it won't be a relatively long video unless I start rambling and talking about SpongeBob. So with that being said, let's jump into the SpongeBob tier list. So first we have Mr. Krabs. Money. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Krabs, the greedy crab who owns the Krusty Krab and underpays his workers. Mr. Krabs, I feel like, is a really, really good character with a lot of great moments in the show. He definitely is important to the show. I don't think he's bad at all. Like, he's not a lower. He's not like the best part of the show, in my opinion, but he is really good, and I do like some of the episodes where Mr. Krabs is the focal point of it. So I would say Mr. Krabs, from my childhood experience, and now as an adult watching, I would say Mr. Krabs is definitely, I'm going to start him off in the A category of firmly grasp it. There you go. Stay right there, Mr. Krabs. Now, at the end of this, if I look at it, and I have a feeling about certain characters, I may do a move around at the end, but let's just go with our base blind instinct for each one. Now, Sandy Cheeks. The squirrel in the water. The squirrel that can somehow survive the underwater with her scientific advancements. She is a very interesting character. I feel like Sandy Cheeks is a part of one of the most iconic episodes in the SpongeBob SquarePants show, where she says, "Which one of you's Dirty Dan?" Or "Which one of you's Pinhead?" Or something like that. You know, this snow episode. You know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about. But she's hibernating, and she's a big monster because SpongeBob and Patrick wake her up in the middle of her hibernation sleep. And she says, "Which one of you's Dirty Dan?" Or and then Patrick says something like, "Who you calling Pinhead?" There's so many awesome, honestly, like, I can't remember how that sequence goes. But anyway, Sandy Cheeks has a lot of good episodes with SpongeBob. I think she has really good friendship with SpongeBob. Her and SpongeBob's episodes are fun to watch as well. They seem like really good friends. Sandy Cheeks is not, like, in my opinion, again, I don't think she's like a main attraction to the show. She is like more of the really good character, but is not the best characters. There are certain characters on this list that I think are just the best characters in this show. So with that being said, Sandy Cheeks will also be in Firmly Grasp It. Hey. Next, we have the one and only Patrick Star. Patrick Star, I don't even have to say much other than I'm just going to start off with ranking him. Patrick Star is best day ever S tier. Patrick is so important to this show. Being SpongeBob's best friend, being the lovable idiot that Patrick is, it is so, it's like refreshing, but it's also really funny. Patrick has so many unhinged moments. He has so many moments where he rage baits SpongeBob, and just like it makes the show feel so alive. You know, I think that without Patrick, this show would not be what it is. I think a lot of the characters really add to the show. I think the characters were all made very well. But Patrick, best day ever. There's so many Patrick memes out there. His voice is so funny when he talks about stuff. Like I could pull from like so many episodes of Patrick. But Patrick Star is the star sometimes, I think, in SpongeBob a lot of the time. He's really important. When I see SpongeBob and Patrick doing their shenanigans in the show, I am so excited to see it. And I can rewatch it because it's so funny. I just love like the interactions that they have as friends. So Patrick is the best day ever. I love that one episode where Patrick is hiding from SpongeBob, and then he's like on the rock and he's got that evil face. He's like, hey. That was really funny. Patrick has so many good moments though. So he's S tier for sure. Next, we have SpongeBob SquarePants, the main character of the show in which it was named after. The voice of SpongeBob, the voice actor of SpongeBob is really iconic. Tom Kenny. And honestly, SpongeBob, as long as I can remember growing up, SpongeBob was everywhere. When I watched SpongeBob, I got why it was everywhere because it's such a good show. It's so fun. They do their own thing almost, it felt like. They did a very creative thing with SpongeBob. And SpongeBob's got so many different personalities. Like you see a lot of different sides of SpongeBob. There's this fun, loving, energetic side of SpongeBob. And then there's this side of SpongeBob where he's worried about things, or like you see him go through things in this show. And sometimes it's hilarious. Like, there's so many good parts. But, like, when he's listening to the story with Squidward about the hash-slinging slasher, where he's eating his own arms, like, that is hilarious. There's just so many things about SpongeBob that make him an S tier. Best day ever! SpongeBob SquarePants. S for SpongeBob. Can't put him any lower than S tier. Got to keep the buds together. All right. Next, we have Squidward Tentacles. I'm not good at the voices. Squidward. There we go. So, Squidward Tentacles is also, I would say, from the very beginning, Squidward is an S tier character. These three, I mean, it's funny because they live together, right? Oh wait, we got to put it a certain way because they live together like this. This is how their housing is. Squidward is really good to the show. I think the things that these three get into, it's just funny because Squidward just hates his job. He always is miserable. Squidward's S tier without a doubt. I kind of like when they go off and do something with Squidward in an episode. Like the one about the patty where he tried the patty and then he secretly loved it and he locked himself in the vault and ate all the patties he could. That was hilarious. Or the one where he goes, future. There's just so many. Like, I want you guys to tell me your favorite SpongeBob quotes, memes, whatever it is. Let me know. I probably know them all because I've watched the whole show. But yeah, Squidward is best day ever, S tier without a doubt. Next, we have Barnacle Boy, a one half of the superhero duo of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Now, Barnacle Boy, I don't know. I don't really think of him as a main character. I don't think of him as a really interesting character. Barnacle Boy feels like a filler character to me. He does have moments in the show, not very many, that I liked. I just think he's okay. So Barnacle Boy, I'm going to put him, he's not like a, I'm looking at all these actually. Yeah, no, I am going to do that. Because I want to be fair in the ranking. I think Barnacle Boy in this show, he's a you're good. He's F tier, I would say. He's just not the thing that makes the show interesting for me. There's only one episode where he becomes like a villain, and even that episode wasn't that interesting. There's just not much to say about him, so I'll say F tier. All right, next we have Gary, and the one episode I will never forget with this character, Gary, is the episode of Gary Takes a Bath, where Gary does not want to take a bath. That is literally one of the episodes I never, ever will forget. Or the iconic song where Gary runs away and SpongeBob is looking for Gary, and he does sing a little nice note saying, "Gary, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away." And all that fun stuff. But anyway, Gary is a really good character, and all Gary does is meow. Except for that one episode where SpongeBob goes into dreams and then Gary starts talking, which was fun. I thought that was interesting too. But I am going to give Gary's a good... Oh, and the snail race was a fun episode to watch too. But Gary is a C tier chocolate! Chocolate for me, for Gary. Gary's mid, I feel like. There's things about Gary that are really cool. I think Gary is important supporting character. But I don't think Gary is like a main character that's really, really good. So Gary stays in C tier. Next, we have Karen the computer, Plankton's loving wife, maybe. So Karen is a computer, and Karen does have good moments, but I don't remember many of them. See, so Karen, I don't think is as interesting as some of the characters up at the top. I think Karen is not as boring as Barnacle Boy. Karen does have some interesting conversations with Plankton. I like those. But Karen will be ranked in D tier for tartar sauce. Tartar sauce is what we will rank Karen the computer. I just think I can't justify putting Karen with Gary. I think Gary's a little bit better than Karen as a character. And she's a computer, and there's just not much to go off of with Karen. And Karen's interesting, but not enough to beat Gary. Next, we have Mermaid Man! You know, the old man with his pink slippers just standing there, ready to fight crime. Mermaid Man is the better half of Barnacle Boy, I think. And he is the main character, right? I love his shell bra that he always wears on his shirt. And it's not that Barnacle Boy's the sidekick, so he's worse. That's not it at all. I just don't think... I think that Mermaid Man is just a more interesting character. And I like how he will randomly say things, and he's always confused. Like, even in this picture, he's just staring. Yeah. I think that Mermaid Man is definitely right there with Gary in the chocolate category. Next, we have SpongeBob's teacher, Mrs. Puff. Mrs. Puff is SpongeBob's driving education teacher, and Mrs. Puff seems like she has some sort of past life of crime. I get that vibe a lot when I watch Mrs. Puff. She's got a history. She's got secrets Definitely. Mrs. Puff's got something going on that she does not talk about. I think that her episodes with SpongeBob are very important to the show. They add a lot. Like that whole thing going on where SpongeBob can't pass his class and Mrs. Puff is going crazy because she just has to keep over and over having SpongeBob in her driving boating school class. That, I think, is a really good bit that they do in the show. And honestly, you never want it to end because even in the episode where SpongeBob cheated and Patrick knew how to drive really well, which makes no sense. But even then, they couldn't figure it out because SpongeBob caved under the guilt. But Mrs. Puff, I would say Mrs. Puff is a good character. And I like how sometimes Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff have a thing going. But I think we're going to rank Mrs. Puff in the I'm ready category for sure. She's not at the level of Mr. Krabs and Sandy, I would say, but she is at the level of right below that. She's right there. I feel good about putting Miss Puff there. Next, we have Larry the Lobster. Now, Larry the Lobster, I like Larry the Lobster. He's just a buff guy. He's just working out. He's just living like Larry. You know, you just got to live like Larry. I think Larry, I'm trying to look at where everybody is, and I'm thinking about how Larry is Larry the lifeguard is in the show. I think Larry is right. I think Larry is right here, in C tier of chocolate, because Gary and Mermaid Man, they are the same level. I just feel like Larry the Lobster would be a good fit for C tier. He's a middle ground. Next, we have the iconic, that guy, the pirate. At the beginning of the show, of every episode, he sings the song, "Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants." The whole thing, I would be mad at myself if I didn't put this in S tier, because this face is ingrained in my memory for as long as I live. And every time that I seen this on the screen, I knew I was going to enjoy an episode of SpongeBob. So it brought me joy and comfort to see this painting and this mouth go, oh! So that is the best day ever in my mind, and I cannot put it any lower than S tier. It is iconic. It will never be replicated. It is a painting of a pirate with a mouth that moves. Very original, and I love it. So we're keeping it S tier, no matter what. Next, we have Pearl. Ooh, Pearl. So I like Pearl. Surprised or not. I think that Pearl is a very interesting character. I like how she randomly comes and asks Mr. Krabs for money. It's always funny. Or when she changed the Krusty Krab and made it what was it? The Cool Crab or something? I don't know. There was a bunch of names in that episode that they threw around. But I think Pearl, or when SpongeBob took her to the dance as like the tall, dark, handsome character, that was funny. I think Pearl's actually an important character to the show. And that's why I'm going to rank her in A. Firmly grasp it. I think that Pearl is right there with Mr. Krabs. I think they go hand in hand, and I really do like it. Last but not least, we have Plankton. Now, for the moments in the show that all these characters have, the way that they look, all these things I'm taking into account, like their character design, the way that they act, their iconic moments, all these things I'm taking into account, I would want you guys to be mad at me if I didn't rank Plankton in S tier, because Plankton is a S tier character in this whole world, universe, whatever you want to call it, of SpongeBob. Plankton is such a good character. Classic. So many lines of Planktons have so many lines of Plankton. So many lines that are Planktons I have always remembered. Sometimes I even say some of these randomly throughout my day because they are that good. Plankton is the evil mastermind in SpongeBob that always wants the secret formula. I think that character is very funny. Plankton is such a funny character, and there's just so many moments with Plankton where that it makes him S tier, and without a doubt, Plankton will be S tier forever. These people at the top are definitely, without a doubt in my mind, are the S tier of SpongeBob. All right, everybody. So there you have it. That is the list. I didn't want to make any adjustments really because I felt good about my rankings. I think that this is a good ranking for the SpongeBob's main characters list. So with that being said, what do you think? What do you think about my ranking, or how would you rank these characters? That is all the time I have for today. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your time here in Cold Space for this special tier list of the SpongeBob's main characters. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.